I'm a Jew. I'm not fasting on Yom Kippur, and that is my greatest observance. Let's talk about it. Tomorrow night starts Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, and one of the holiest days in the Jewish calendar. In observance of this holiday, adult Jews will fast for nearly 26 hours, abstaining from food and water. This holiday is so important that even the majority of Jews who consider themselves secular will observe in some way, and many will fast. But I'm performing the mitzvah of eating and drinking. I want to talk about this both to explain the concept of Pikuach Nefesh and also hopefully to help some other Jews feel less alone. I was one of the unlucky group to get COVID at the very beginning of the pandemic, and I got an extremely severe case. After recovering, I developed autonomic dysfunction, and this has hugely and at times dangerously impacted my life. One of the keys of dealing with autonomic dysfunction is hydrating. But when you're not going to drink water for 26 hours, that's tricky. Meanwhile, Judaism has a concept called Pikuach Nefesh. Pikuach Nefesh means that any law in Judaism, with an exception of 3, may be broken to save a life, including your own. This is why, when needed, our search and rescue teams are required to go out on Shabbat. Why a Jewish doctor is required to perform emergency surgery on a high holy day. And why my commandment this Yom Kippur is to eat and drink. Because after speaking with both my doctors and rabbis, we all came to the conclusion that me choosing to fast would violate Pikuach Nefesh. I would be putting my life in danger. And the Torah says to live by the commandments, not die by them. And I would be risking my life. With that in mind, I'm going to be eating and drinking. But here's the thing that a lot of people don't get. This is not an exception to the rule. I am not exempted from performing a mitzvah. I, and others like me who will not be fasting, have another mitzvah. A mitzvah to stay alive. A mitzvah that is more important than the mitzvah of fasting on Yom Kippur. This is not a loophole. This is not an exception. This is a hard override. So to all of you who need to eat and drink on Yom Kippur, rejoice in fulfilling the mitzvah of protecting life. To all of you who see a fellow Jew who is eating or drinking on Yom Kippur, rejoice in them because they are performing the mitzvah of saving and preserving a life. For those of you who are fasting, I wish you an easy fast. For those of you who are eating, I hope that every single nutrient helps make your body strong and healthy. And to everyone, I hope you have a peaceful and reflective Yom Kippur.